Lovely stuff. Good. Right. Hope we are all well today, everyone. And let's start our Pilates class. Hopefully not quite chopping the top of my head off. Feet hip width apart and they're facing forwards as if we were skiing. So we don't want them turning in or out. Our hips are over our knees, knees over ankles, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. So pulling up nice and tall, tuck the chin in slightly. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose. And out through the mouth. A little bit longer than you would usual, just to really get this chest working. And you imagine your rib cage here is expanding out to the side, and when you breathe in, you're squashing everything in. Lovely. Palms forward, breathe in. Breathe out, tuck the chin in, stretch the back of the neck. Lovely. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out loud. Let's lift those arms, stretch the tummy, reaching up and down, and reach, and down, and reach. Let's swing down, bottom back, eyes to knees. One more. Lovely. And back to centre. Lovely. Let's warm up the head, neck and shoulders. A little bit of a circle with that nose. I'm going to open the windows. I'm trying not to steam up today. Woo, well windy today, so I might have to close it. Let's go the other way. Again, check on that posture, shoulders back and down. Lovely. Then I'm going to take the ear to the shoulder, right and left. Lovely. Try and always move with breath. Doesn't matter which way around, just moving the body with breath. Lovely stuff. Let's hold it this side, a little bit of stretch, 2 fingers, and draw this shoulder down. This hand push away as well. And breathe. Lovely, especially if you're working at home. You might find you're doing a desk position is not as good as it should be. Look down. So, and often you're not sitting on a proper office chair. I'm working from home, I'm on my dining room chair. So you get quite stiff. So do a lot from the back today. Looking up. Lovely, let's release. We change sides. Ear to the other shoulder. Drive those shoulders down. Lengthen and stretch away. Good stuff. So I'm going to work the waist today, the sides. There's only really 2 ways of doing it, which is side bends or planks, and we hate planks. So do a lot of standing, side bends is a little bit nicer. It's not so stressful on your wrists and shoulders then. And let's rotate down, as I've got a bit of a dodgy elbow as well. I know some of us have got wrists and shoulders, so too much stuff on the shoulders. We want to try and avoid strengthening them, but not overstressing, looking up. Keeping breathing, feeling that stretch, lovely. And back to centre, good. Getting into these shoulders and wrists. Getting the elbows into the side and they're pulled back. So we've got a nice 90-degree angle and a stiff wrist. Feel activeness. So you're drawing the shoulders down, you're squeezing the arms in, and they're active all the way at the end. So you feel tension already before you start. Let's breathe in and open. Breathe out and close. So this is really going to start to pull the shoulders back and down. Opening up the chest. And we're starting to work into the mobility of the elbows and shoulders. Lovely. Let's add on. Breathe in. Reach. Breathe out. Close. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close. Really squeeze those elbows in and close. Lovely stuff. One more. And close. Good. A little. Oh, right, okay, thank you. Thanks. Apparently you can't see my head. It should be far enough back. I can see my own head, so maybe it's your screen. Can everyone see my head? Wave at me. If I can see it, it shouldn't cut off. Yeah, everyone else said they can, Pen, so maybe turn your screen round. Okay, elbows up, and we're going to push down and lift up. And rotate down. Once I'm on the floor, head will be fine. And rotate down, lovely. And up and down. Let's do one arm at a time. Right arm down, look to the right, hand center. And left. Breathing in the middle, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. One more each side. Last one. Hold back and squeeze for 4. Get those fingers back. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Good. So a little bit into the wrist for when we are on the floor. Arms out to the side, hand circle. Lovely. And changing direction. Let's bring those hands back out again, and we're flicking hands front to back. A bit like you're opening and closing a door. And start to bring those arms in together. And we're going to link those fingers and give them a stretch one way, stretch the other way. Stretch, lovely. Taking them up. Bring them forward, stretch the back. Feel the shoulder blades separate, chin down. Really stretch the arms forward. Lovely, and release. A little bit to get the shoulders warm for when we are on the floor. Let's take the arms out to the side and we're circling them. So even though my arms are circling in a forward motion, I'm really thinking of the scooping behind me with the arms. So the scooping back. 2, 3, 4, lovely. 5, 6, 7, 8, change direction. So again, we're going backwards. Should start to feel these shoulder joints warming up here. Lovely. Then we're going to cross the arms over and open. Each time you cross, take one across, the other one across. And we're squeezing back and across. So again, it's getting some stretching in the chest. Lovely. Then let's take the arm up and down. You can tap your fingers together like you're clapping at the top. Again, it's just really to get these shoulders nice and warm. 4 more. 3. Then we take the hands down low in front and clap in front and behind if you can. Again, it's just about this shoulder mobility. Lovely. 4 and 3. Don't mind if I don't clap behind. And 1. Lovely. Okay, so working into this waist. Let's just get the spine a bit warm first. So hands here, thumbs on your chest, fingers just resting here. Don't let the head jut forward. And let the knees soften, shoulders back and down, and rotate. So your hips are staying still, they're not moving, your knees aren't moving. Your fingers are here on your chin, so that your head and your chest move as one. If you take your arms off, we tend to get this sort of thing happening. We want to move as a block, because the spine, we want to move, twist at the moment, not the neck. We've done the neck. And we don't want to get the lower back or the hips involved, because we'll do those when we're on the floor. Lovely. Couple more. Great stuff. So bending at the waist, getting the spine ready. You can take the feet a little bit further apart, and we're just going to slide down one side and up. If this is a lot on your back, hands on hips. Otherwise, let those arms slide down. So you're stretching one side, crunching the other, but the spine is getting some bend in it as well. Keeping your nose in line so your ears not moving to your shoulder. You don't want to be doing this, we're just bending the waist. Lovely. So it should be nice and warm. So what I want to start to do is take the feet a little bit wider, give us more stability now. And then I'm going to take, we start here, and then I'm going to take the hands up to here, and we're really trying to get that elbow right down towards the leg as much as we can. So we're getting a real tip, which is a little bit easy when your feet are further apart and got a bit of bend. But we're just going to start with tipping to the side. You might stay here, you might find you want the hands on the hips. So it's crunching and crunching on each side. This is the way to work the waist. So It's just something to do while we're standing before we take it down to the floor. Once you're on the floor, it's not the easiest to do this. You don't have the range of mobility. I'll take my hands to my head and then start to think about the movement getting bigger and trying to take your elbows to your thighs. Again, work with your range of motion, your body, listen to your body. And what does it feel like? Is one side, I seem to get there easier on that side than this side, so I've got to have an extra squeeze this way. Squeezing that tummy the whole time, and you're really using your breath. Let's do a single, single, double. Single, single, not too quick, might make you feel a bit dizzy. I can see myself in the mirror, it's making me a bit dizzy. Single, single, double. So the double, you really get that crunch. Single, single, double, two more, single, single, double. So you're getting it in your thighs as well here. If you're leaning this low, then just 8 singles to finish. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, have a little rotate here, let that foot lift as well. Loosen up that back and waist. And then hold one on the right and look back. And then let's go to the left. Lovely. I want to come to the end of my mat so I can roll down. So we imagine we're leaning against the wall and our bottom is here. So you want to try not to stick the bottom back. Try to keep the weight forward as if you're falling off the edge of something. Scoop the belly in. Breathe in, breathe out. Chin down, around the shoulders. And to start to pull the tummy in. Really stretch the back and then roll forward. So don't worry about the legs being straight at this point. Breath in at the bottom and then start to curl back up again. Your neck is relaxed, you're looking straight at your knees. And again, you can add a heel lift if you want. So the weight almost into the balls of the feet and the toes. Breath at the bottom, breathing out, calming back. Let's add a heel lift and some arms if we want. Really feeling that stretch now. Breathing in, breathe out, curl up. Let's do one more and then we'll take it all the way down. Hold. And then let's bend the knees. And just hold here for a second, pushing back. So feet are tucked under, you just get a little stretch in between the ball of your foot and your toes, just pushing on those. And then release the feet and sit back. And stretch forward. Child pose, just stretching out the shoulders. Lovely. Okay, just a little stretch from the backs of the legs. So, and it's a little shoulder stretch. We're going to do down dog. If your wrists are really, you don't want to put that pressure on the wrist, you can have the knees open. And you could do a nice down dog here, like a half of one, so you're really stretching the shoulders. If your wrists and shoulders are okay, you can tuck the feet under, but let's focus on the shoulders first, so that we'll have bent legs. Push the shoulders down first. So we're trying to get them nice and push to the floor, getting those nice flat back from fingertips to tailbone. And then you can start to straighten the legs. Maybe walk through the feet, so you pad through, so one is straight. This mat is so spongy, it feels like it's going to tear. And then both feet. Again, stay here if you want, or stay on the floor. 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come down. Give these wrists a stretch. So a couple of stretches again for the shoulders. So we're going to start on all fours. Again, if your wrists hurt in this position, put in the gorilla position where you've got a straight wrist. Shoulders back, whichever one you're in. Lift your heart towards the ceiling or the wall. Breathe in, arch that back. Breathe out, round the back. Tuck the head under and curl under. So we breathe in, arching one way. Lovely. Breathe out. It's all in the lower back. There's nothing around here in the shoulders. Breathe in, stretch. You're stretching the tummy or your rib muscles. Breathe out, round. Breathe in, stretch. Push those shoulder blades back. And breathe out. One more. And sit back. Give these wrists a little circle. So again, this is about shoulder opening here. So we're on all fours. And we're going to start again, wrist position as you need it. We're going to start with our hand to our temple. Try and keep your legs still so that you're not moving your hips around. And open your elbow up to the ceiling. So we're trying to open the chest and twist the spine. And then take the elbow down. Try and keep the arms straight at the moment so that you really have to reach and rotate. If you bend the arm, you're going to come down, which is easy. And we want to twist. It's like you're trying to get your shoulder to your elbow. Twist. Doesn't matter if you don't touch the floor. Try and keep that elbow straight as you can. Breathing into it. If you want to take it a bit further, you can open all the way up and then thread through. When you thread through, you're going to have to bend that arm. And a little push up with that left arm. So when you open up, try not to let your hips do this. We've got to keep them still open. It's all about the upper body. We're trying to get some mobility. One more. Hold it down here. Stretching out that shoulder. Let's change sides. Again, nice strong position, shoulders away from the ears, hold the tummy in, hand to temple and rotate. And reach down and rotate and reach, lovely. Following your elbow with your head, rotate and reach. If we want to now, we can start to open up. Again, it is optional, open up. Thread through, you've got to bend, open up, keep those hips still, thread through, open up, thread through. Last one, and we'll hold it down and stretch. Lovely. So another little one for the arms and shoulders with some different options here. So give these wrists a little circle. So it's going to be our last one on all fours. So again, do have your hands in that position if you want. Yes, okay. So we're just going to start with, in our tabletop position, nice box shape. And take your arm, punch it, the fist, elbow is all the way back, so we're not rotating, the shoulders are down, but you're here, and then extend, come back in. So nothing in the hips is moving, the tummy isn't moving, you can lengthen that hand, extend it, back in, extend. So really try and avoid twisting now, the shoulder stays where it is, it's about getting the arm back. So the elbow is up to the sky, and then we reach the fingers. So we're specifically working the triceps. This is our base level. Again, if your hand wants to be here, that's fine. If the wrist is really bad, take the weight back into the legs and be here, it's fine. Release, good. Let's do the other side, and then I'm going to take it up a level, or we can repeat. So shoulders back, tummy in. A punch hand helps to get it back, and then make sure your shoulders and back are flat, And then you can start to extend. And then I find it good to then start to stretch the fingers, open the hands. I feel like I'm reaching, like you're slicing through the air, really feeling the tricep muscle. That's between the elbow and the shoulder on the back of the arm. That's really working. So the shoulders engaged here. Stabilising this one that's on the floor. 4 more here. Keep breathing. Squeezing the tummy. Neck is long. 2 and 1. Lovely. So next set, you can either stay as you are. Again, if your wrists have had enough, you could maybe just be in this position. If you're not going to go onto the wrist, you might want to have something in your hand like a small weight, just to do that if you want to, if you're not going to lean on the wrist or shoulders. But if you can lean on your wrists, what I want to try and do this time, take the hands, instead of underneath you, step them forward and drop your hip. So you're in a kind of ski slope shape, then do the same thing. Again, you can still have your hands here, but take one arm back and open and in. Squeeze the tummy. So this is feeling it more like you're kind of doing a half plank. Got 4 more here. Squeeze the tummy so your body doesn't bend. Last 2. Last 1. Let's change sides. Squeeze the tummy. Don't let the bottom stick out. Tuck it under. Shoulders down. Squeeze the arm back. And 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. Squeeze the tummy, so we're going to feel it here as well. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Sit back, stretch those arms. Little stretch for those triceps. Just the arm up, tap it behind the shoulders, and just a little pull back. And we're finished on our wrists, you're pleased to know. So we're going to go down onto our fronts. Do a little bit of work there. So you might not be able to see my feet, but they're not going to be doing much. I think I can just see them. I know that if they get past there, I can't. So I'm keeping an arm. It's mainly the arms. I'll talk you through it anyway. On the belly. And got our hands in just framing the face, really. My feet are just pointing to the corners of the mat. The most important thing is squeeze your bottom and squeeze your bellies. You're pulling your belly off the floor. It's very easy when we do this to push your belly on the floor. So just to sort of do it wrong, because then it helps you do it right. We've got, this neck is long. Just take a breath in and just push your belly into the floor. And you just see how easy that is to lift up. So you're not doing any harm, but you're really using the tummy filled with air to push you up. So what we want to do is take the air out of the tummy and use the back muscles. So if you then pull your tummy in so that it's not pressing in the floor, so really scoop it in and then lift up, you see the range of motion is so much smaller, and I can really feel that in my back, between my shoulder blades as well. That's what we want. So we're going to pull the tummy in and lift up. And lower. Breathe in, pull the belly in. Feel the back muscles doing the work. Don't press on that tummy. And lift up. And lower. So your chin is still staying tucked in. We're not lifting here. You're just lengthening slightly. Shoulders, push them backwards, push them down. Squeeze that tummy. And again. And lift. And lower. Another one, lift. And lower. Good. I'm going to do another set, which you can either stay the same, or you can just lift your hands off the floor slightly, squeeze the elbows back. That helps you get those shoulders down. Squeeze the tummy, another small lift, and lower. Again, hands are optional. It's just adding a bit of extra weight. The back of the neck stays still. The chin stays as if you've got an orange under it. Hold it there. It's always a good thing if you're not sure. Grab an orange or an apple and stick it under your chin. It will really help. So shoulders back, squeeze the belly, lift and lower and lift. I'm going to add on a bit more as well. Let's lift up, let's reach forward, in and down. If your hands are on the floor, you can just slide on the floor. But really think of reaching back and lifting up. Reach up, arms by the ears, in and down. Lift. in and down. So it's really getting those elbows back. One more. Lovely. Let's give the upper back a rest, hand on hand and head down. And I'm just going to lift both legs. If you've got any lower back problems or it's uncomfortable, just lift one leg at a time. But again, it's not about arching the back and it's not about this. Just lengthen and lift. You just squeeze your bottom, lift the leg, probably only a couple of inches. And breathe, pull the tummy in, breathe and lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. It's all about squeezing the bottom. Squeeze the bottom, the legs will naturally just lift. Squeeze, lengthen, lift. Fantastic. Squeeze, lengthen, lift. So our feet are just pointing out behind us. Start to think of your feet turning inwards because we're going to put our heels together. So lift, turn your feet so your heels are, so you're like a kipper, and try and put your heels together. 1, 2, so I'm beating my feet together. If you do it without turning out, you'll hit your feet. So you turn them out so your heels can beat. So you're working on your turn out and you're working your inner thigh. 8, 7, don't worry if they don't touch. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. I'm going to go for arms and legs now. Again, optional. If you want to just do legs or just go back to the arms, that's fine. If you're comfortable with it, it's a lengthen and lift and lower. You could just lengthen here and lift without lifting the arms. But again, it's lengthen and lift. It's not a jolt. So go with the breath. Breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Doesn't really matter how straight your arms are. I'll keep bashing the sky. So just wherever they work. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Lovely. Let's sit back into child pose. Really stretching out that back, reach those hands forward. Lovely. Another little bit kind of for the waist as well, moving on from what we did. Going to face forward. And we're going to take the right leg out to the side. And we want to try and keep this knee here. So we don't want to lean down here. We want to try and keep this here. And like with your bending over. So we're really crunching this. So lift up. Once the hand gets down, find it a bit easier. Lean or something if you need to. But pull up, lean. You only need your fingers on the floor. It's only very light. Once the leg lifts, you get it a bit easier. Try and have your hand under your shoulders, whether you're in a fist, fingers. We're just going to gently lift that leg and lower. Lift the leg and lower. Lovely. So it's this underneath side that we're actually crunching and working more. This is the leg, but fold in half here. Get that knee right underneath you. Lift and lower. As if someone's pulling your leg that way and lower. Lift and lower. Lovely. Try and get your head in line. We can add an arm if we want. Just have this here. And now I'm going to bring the arm and the knee in together. Go in and lengthen, crunch, and lengthen, and crunch. Feel this crunch under here. Crunch, pull it in, and crunch. We've got 4 more. Use the breath. 2 more, and 1. So we're just going to sit down here. So we took our bottom towards the hand we're working. Grab this leg and reach over. So you're stretching out that side that you've just had bent in half. Mermaid stretch is called. Lovely. Let's change sides. So we're going to take left leg out. Trying to keep your leg underneath you. So I'm pulling myself that way a bit more. So lengthen up. So I have to really reach over. So this is really contracted under here. Lifting the leg and lift and lower. and lift. You can put it down each time, try and get this straight. Hand where it's comfortable for your wrist. Adding an arm if you wish, lift and low. Lift and low, just changes the balance a bit more. Let's do the crunch and crunch. Lengthen, crunch. Breathe in, breathe out, squeeze on the hip. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. So we come down. Going to sit towards the side the hand is on. Because we want to stretch the side we've just worked. Grab this. Reach up and over. Lovely. If that hurts your legs, however you get a stretch. Lovely. Okay, coming onto your bottom. I'll stay this way around. A little bit of work for the spine and the hips just to warm it up before we go all the way down. So hands, we have the feet together, hands on the knees. Use that to try and pull yourself up right. So you've got your ears over your shoulders, shoulders over hips. Got a little curve here, little curve here. Breathe in, can we pull up? Breathe out, we can a little bit. Breathe in. This is an S curve. This is a C curve, and it's your lower back and trying to round. So it's like when we do a bridge, we're doing a pelvic tilt sat on the floor. So you imagine you're curling your hips up. As you come up, open the knees, gives you more room. And it also helps you to work those hips because you can push forward with a nice straight back and then round the back. You can add arms. Again, these are all optional layers. Stay where you are. You don't want to add on the arms. And then I'm going to add on the arms, lifting will come up. You're really working your back strength, your core. You're challenging your shoulders to get open. Let's hold it back here. Open our curtains, open and close. So C shape, pull the belly in, open and close, and open and close, and close. Can we go a little bit lower? Open and close. As long as you're on a C curve, last 2, and 1, let's come up. Open the knees. We go back one more time, hold there, we're going to pulse the arms back. Pull up, C shape, keep those toes on the floor. 1, 2, 3. So we're opening the chest, get a stretch here. 7, 8, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Either hands here. If you need to hold on, hold. And we go a bit lower, hold. A bit lower, hold. Bit lower, hold, and floor. Stretch. Okay. Whilst we're really into that waist, we'll do a little bit more whilst we're here. So there's a couple of options for this. If you need to support your head, we're only really lifting a little bit. And we're reaching to the ankle and back, to the ankle and back. So it isn't about up and down, you're just slightly lifted and then you rotate like the side bend, reach. If you're happy without holding your head, you can come up a bit further and reach here and reach, center and reach. Again, work with your body. If your head is lifted, you've still got to have this sort of fist under your chin. Not up here, you're going to strain the neck. So either hold your head or use your neck muscles to hold here. Try and relax the neck, let the abs do the work. You're going to speed it up a little bit. So reach, reach, reach. Feel the side crunching, crunching. Oh, I can feel it. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. And 1, lovely stuff. Let's give our neck a little bit of a rest. So little rolls from side to side. I might do a little neck strengthening exercise actually, because we tend to not do it too much. Unfortunately, a lot of abdominal exercises tend to be with the head up. I like to try and do some on the floor. I kind of want to strengthen the neck but not strain it. So it's a bit of both. And also, if you've got particularly rounded shoulders, these sort of exercises aren't great for you. So you're better off with your head on the floor and use the legs. A couple more. Oh, lovely. Okay, so just getting ourselves ready. We're in neutral, so we have a gap under the back. If you have your hands like this, put your fingers, thumbs in your belly button, point them down, have a look. If you're in that position, you're too imprinted. If you're in that position, you can't see your hands, you're too arched. So you want to be a flat plateau, nice and flat. Pull your tummy in and relax down. Arms down, shoulders down. Let's just lift the right leg. Lift. This is called a leg pull because we're pulling it up, pushing it back down. And it's really slow. Your calf is parallel to the floor. So don't want the legs coming into your bum or the legs coming into your chest. So really pull the belly down, lengthen that neck. If you need a little cushion, you can, but we really want to try and get this neck long so you can use your hands to pull that down lovely. So really now flatten the back into the floor, lift both legs. You've got lower back problems, you can't maintain this, your back starts to lift, then go back to 1 foot at a time. If you're happy and your back's happy here, you can tap down 1 and lift, and 2. So your chin is desperately wanting to lift here, mine is. Pushing your chest into the floor, the chin is down, really think of pushing here. Pushing the lower back into the floor, push the belly, lovely. I'm going to add some arms onto this, whether or not you've got your feet both on the floor or both in the air, arms up, and you can tap 1, down, another, down. Let's take the opposite one back. It's a bit of coordination going on here. So again, if you're just lifting one leg off the floor, you're still doing the same with the arms. Push the back into the floor, no gaps at all. Lovely, and release for a moment. You're going to do the same thing. I'm going to have the head and shoulders up. Let's get the legs in position. Hands, lift the head and shoulders, both arms, and we're going to lengthen and back in. So I want to start to make these arms round, round and back in. It's like taking off the hat, up and back in. Upper body isn't moving, just lengthening and straightening the knees. Breathe in, breathe out. Chin is still. Tuck it in and out. Breathe in and out. Again, if you need to do this on the floor, if your neck's hurting, you can just do it with the lower abdominal. Last 4. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Yeah, we're really sort of going for the lower abdominals today. So I'm going to just take, so it's not quite a reverse curl. A reverse curl is when you've got your legs up and we're lifting up, similar, but without the sort of thrusting of the legs. So hands on the floor, and we're just going to bring the knees into the chest and tap them back down. Because tapping them down is still going to work the back and the tummy. So keep the tummy in and the back into the floor. If you need to just take them there, that's fine. You're just bringing them in, tapping them down, bringing them in. So just back, bringing them in, you're just pulling them in. So you're getting a little stretch in that lower back, but you're not lifting up at the moment. Just feel that lower back in the floor. You could, again, do this one leg at a time if you've got back problems. Let's try and add a little lift. Still with the knees coming in towards the nose. And it isn't a great big fling of the legs, it's just small. Knees into the chest. It's a bit like you're going to do the rolling like a ball. So it's just trying to get some mobility in that lower back. Of course, you're working those abs. Last 8. And 7. Again, don't tap down. If it's too much on the spine, just bring the knees in and out. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Lovely. Bring in one knee Lengthen that neck, look side to side. And release, other knee. I forgot to get my dressing gown called again, so we can do our leg stretches sitting up again today. But next week, bring them and then we can stretch the leg. So same again, bring the knee in, but this time lengthen the leg that's on the floor away. Shoulders down, creating nice space here. Shoulders back, chin down. Really feel this one lengthen. We've done a lot of bringing the knees in and out, so we want to stretch this here. So it's a release stretch. Bring this knee slightly across the body, feeling the stretch in the hip. And release. Just bring the other knee in, lengthen the leg. Again, really feel that leg pulling away, shoulders down, chin down. Pull the knee in. And bring the knee across the body slightly, but do not roll. Lovely. Okay, we are going to now do the bridge. So feet on the floor, hip width apart. We've got our little gap in our lower back. We're nice and warm, so don't need too much prep here. But breathing in, you're in neutral, breathe out. Flatten the back into the floor and curl those hips up. But try not to push on your feet or your hands. Feel it all press in here. And breathe in, release. Breathe out, press down. Breathe in, release. So we're rocking back and forth. Do a nice pelvic tilt. Let's lift this time. Breathe in, breathe out. Press the back in the floor, all the way up the vertebra, all the way to the rib cage. And then you lift, just keep that last rib down and the shoulder blade. And we just squeeze the bottom and push up a little higher here. Lovely. Breathe in at the top. Make sure the ball of the foot is really pressing into the floor. That will help bring the knees in slightly, engage the inner thigh. Let's lengthen the spine as we roll down. So each vertebra is touching the floor. So you're going for your ribs, the spine in between your ribs, all the way to the bottom of the ribs, all the way to the lower back. Then the tailbone or the coccyx, and then the last bit is the tailbone where you go back into your neutral. Breathing in, breathe out. Should almost take 8 counts. There's 4 to get to the rib and then 4 to squeeze and lift. Breathe in. Let's take 4 to roll down through the ribs and then 4 just to settle and go back to neutral. Adding arms if we want. Breathe in, breathe out, lift up, squeeze the bottom. Making sure the ball of the foot really into the floor, breath in, roll down. So the spine's like a string of pearls, each bit touching the floor, so one at a time. Lovely. And again, breath in, roll down. This time we're going to hold up. So if your back of your legs are hurting, take your feet a bit closer to your bum. Breathe in, breathe out, lift up. We're going to hold here. We're going to walk the feet. So we're doing those leg pulls and we lift and we're trying to stay stable here. We don't want to wobble. So imagine you've got a cup of tea on your tummy and it's going to stay there. And the knee just comes to the hip. It doesn't come into the belly. If you need to, your hands can be on the floor for this one. Lovely. Squeeze that bottom. 2 more walks, then hold. Last walk, hold the leg up there, lower slightly, squeeze it up, lower slightly, squeeze it up, lower slightly, squeeze it up. 1 more, change sides, leg fold, lower slightly, squeeze it up, lower, squeeze it up. So do much stronger with this buttock. The other one, last 2, last 1, oh. Lower hands, knees in, fantastic. Okay. Let's do a little stretch for our legs before we come down to do some more on the back. So bring yourself up. And let's have the legs out in front of yourself. We want to stretch these hamstrings. So a bit of dynamic stretching. So we're going to slide our hands, walk them along, and lift up. So here we breathe in, and then we breathe out. And it's quite fluid, so you're sliding through. And each time you've got that momentum. Last one, hold it here. Change in direction. So we lift, what do? Up, yeah. So this one we lift up, reach and come in. Up, reach and come in. Lift. So you're trying to get as much space you can. Extend, stretch that spine. 2 more. Last one, hold. Lovely. Let's take our right heel into our left thigh, and we're going to take the same hand as leg, so the right. Take it behind you. Use this hand to help twist. So we're trying to twist the shoulders back a little bit, and then look up, 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 reach up. More about the up at the moment. Looking into the eye of your elbow, and you're trying to just keep twisting. So you get a lovely twist in the spine. You're twisting the back. We're stretching this waist that we've worked a lot of today. It's all like combination stretch. There's a lot going on. So we stretch the back and the hip and the side. Oh, lovely. Then we're going to turn the shoulders towards the leg and go forward. So now we're stretching this hamstring again. Again, work with your level. So wherever your hands are, if you can reach your foot, great, grab it, flex it, whatever works for you. But your nose is going down towards your kneecap. Lovely, coming up. Let's cross this leg over. I'm going to take this one to the floor as well. Make sure I've got space. Hands down, slide your leg up, and then we're here. And I'm just going to take this all the way down to the floor, and keep the legs pulled in, stretching your hip, moving your legs where you need to feel that stretch, keeping this hip on the floor, head and shoulders down. And whilst we're here, hands down, feet down, let those legs fall to the side, shoulders down and looking the other way. So we're stretching again this back here, and we're stretching the neck, and we're opening up the chest a little bit, and we're stretching the hip. The one we usually do at the end, but just doing it in a different sequence. Squeeze the tummy, head to center. Keep that foot locked on the knee and just pull the other side. Oh. And looking the other way. And then look to center, let the legs untangle. Bring ourselves, roll over to the right hand side, come up to sitting, and then we're going to change sides. So it's actually my right, it's your left. Can't remember what I said, but just mirror me, and then you're going to do the other side. So the hand is the same as the leg. Use this to push. So we're getting a twist here, twisting, reaching up and over. So we're reaching that way, but we're reaching up. It's all about just tipping these fingertips over, and you're going to get this nice stretch all the way down the back. Looking into the eye of the elbow. Breathing into it. And then let's take the chest and turn towards the leg and lower ourselves down. Nose towards the knee. Lovely, coming up. Let's take this leg across, hands down, bring that heel in. And then we're going to lie down. Keep taking the feet up or the knees in towards you. And again, moving them around. I tend to feel that way is the stretch. I get more and pulling it in. Everybody's going to feel different. This leg is really just doing whatever it wants. You might find if you lift it up, sometimes it helps to push the other knee in towards the chest. Let's take the hands to the side, the foot down, take the legs over, and shoulders down and looking the other way. So I'm going to overrun. I'm going to take it up till 10:02 because I did start a bit late. So hopefully that's not going to, if anyone, we're nearly at 1:45. If anyone needs to skip the cool down, that's fine. We'll just make sure we finish these stretches quickly first. Back to centre, squeeze the tummy. Let's let these legs go the other way. And looking the other way. So I'm doing a few more stretches to do with the lower back on the floor. And then a few minutes cool down. Lovely. Untangle the feet, roll over. So this next stretch I want to do, they're all on our tummies. One is for the shoulders, one is for the back. So just lying on the back, we can let on the tummy, let the head relax. Knees together, feet apart, and just crisscross your feet in and out. And then let's just take your feet together, knees together, and then just let them sway side to side. See how that feels? It's a nice way of loosening up the back. I'm going to add on to this stretch, but just see how this feels. So it's the scorpion one, so your foot is like a tail. So I'm going to lower one foot, and then this other one is just going to reach back and tap back, coming onto my front. So it's just one, and you just stretch back. So you can take this as far as you want, and your foot is like your scorpion tail. So you can reach it back. If you want to push up a little bit more, you can lift up. Again, it's really just as far as you're comfortable with as your body. So nice stretch from the hips. Let's do once more each side. Oh, lovely. And then a similar one, which is a really nice stretch for the shoulders, just before we have our little cool down. Similar stretch. So arms are to the side, and I'm going to look away. This hand is down, and this leg, same thing. I'm stretching this arm, so I need to push and roll away. So this leg here helps me roll over, and my head's on the floor. So the more I push with this hand on the floor and try and turn, the more I'm stretching this chest, this right shoulder. So the leg is really just to pull you back. Changing sides, so it's easy to see the other way. I've got my arms flat here. This is here, and I just push backwards. And this leg helps me to roll back. You might find here is enough, so you work with your body. But this pulling you back is stretching out the shoulder. And you can reach the arm underneath you further back. Reach those fingers, feeling a lovely stretch. You've also got a stretch here, so there's quite a lot going on. Lovely. Let's release. Come into a child pose quickly. Open those knees so we get a really nice stretch through these hips. And then when you're ready, we're going to go into cool down. So it's just gone 1:45. So if you are in a rush, sorry, because I started late. Otherwise, let's have 5 minutes of a bit of a cool down. I shall put on my song. I don't know how well it comes through. That's what I was trying to work out. Trying to connect my thing to Amazon earlier, but wasn't doing very well. But you could just be able to hear it. So I'll put the cool down song on. And you can spend a few minutes relaxing. I'll talk us through some relaxation. Lying down in a position that's comfy for you. You can have the knees bent, feet on the floor, or you could be fully stretched. Just closing the eyes. Just closing your eyes and just feeling your tummy lift and lower as you breathe. And then just scrunching up those toes, feeling tension all around the toes and the joints. Take a breath in and let those feet relax. Then feeling tension in the fronts of the ankles and the back, so flex the feet, feel the tension, breathe in, breathe out, relax. Then feeling tension in the calves, the knees, the thighs. Breathe in, breathe out. Then tension in the tummy, the pelvic floor, up into the shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax. From the shoulders to the fingertips, feel tension, lengthen those arms, feel the stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax. Then into your hands. Make a tight fist, holding really tight, squeeze, breathing in. As we breathe out, shake that out, shake anything negative out, anything bad, shake it away. And then into the face, close those eyes really tight, clench the teeth. Breathing in, breathe out. Feel that soften. Then from head to toe, giving everything a squeeze. Toes, tummies, bums, shoulders, fists, fingers, faces. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice deep breath in, breathing out. Feeling everything soften. The toes soften, the feet fall apart, or the knees fall to the side. The hips are relaxed, the shoulders are relaxed. And the eyes are relaxed, there's no tension. And the jaw is relaxed, almost smiling. Just spend a moment relaxing. And then we start to think about waking the body up. So let's wiggle those fingers and toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Let's have a full little body stretch if we've just woken up. And then gently feet on the floor one at a time. Knees into the chest one at a time. Roll over to the right hand side. Gently opening the eyes, coming into a child pose. Hands down, feet under, push back, give those feet and toes a nice stretch, coming onto the heels, onto the top of the feet. Heels down, that's what I mean. Start to lengthen, start to unfold. My head might chop off, I'll take my feet apart. Take a nice deep breath. And out, and in, and out, and arms, and back. Well done, thank you so much for joining me again. I shall send the link to the recording. And again, I'm here every day from 3 p.m. if someone wants a little half-hour session. Otherwise, hope to see you next Monday. Oh, hold on.